Hello students, welcome to lecture number 11, that is on Pareto diagram. It is nothing but one of the basic out of the 7 quality control tool, and which is used for plotting the defects on their occurrence type, how many defects will going to occur, and plotting them accordingly in ascending order, in a descending order. That is for quality control chart, that is basic tool, that is Pareto chart you have to use. It is also known as Pareto analysis. It is given by the French scientist Pareto, that is why the name was given. There are two types are there, two variations. One is weighted Pareto chart and second is comparative Pareto charts. You are having only basic Pareto chart. So a Pareto chart is a bar graph and the length of the bar represents frequency or the cost or also the time or money, any you can say data you can put there, and that is arranged with longest bar on the left hand side and shortest on the right hand side. So it is in the descending order you have to allocate. Those bar is having the highest distribution of the frequency, that is on left hand side you have to plot, and those are having least, accordingly you have to paste it, accordingly you have to plot it on right hand side. So in this way the chart visually depicts which situations are most significant. This cause analysis tool is considered one of the 7 basic quality control tool. Yes. So when to use a Pareto chart? So when analyzing the data about the frequency of the problems or causes in the processes, when there is many problems or the causes and you want to focus on most significant cause, when analyzing broad causes by looking at their specific components, when communicating with others about your data. So these 4 things are there when you can use the Pareto chart. First is analyzing about the frequency. So you have to identify how many times one cause is arising, and later on stages when many problems are there, you have to focus on most significant, which one is the leading and major cause. You have to identify, you have to focus, then you can use, and you have to look for specific, only specific causes are there that you have to identify, then this chart you are going to use. Next, what is the procedure you have to follow? See here the example of Pareto chart. So Pareto chart, here I have plotted most frequent defects. So which are those most frequent? I have sorted it, or I have plotted it accordingly. The most is having at left hand side, most frequency is defect number 8. Then I have plotted defect number 5. Then I have plotted defect number 3, defect number 4, defect number 2 and 1. So like this. So how many times that defect was occurred, accordingly I have plotted over here. So this is what regarding the Pareto chart. So how many times defect 6 and defect 8 are occurring? So defect 6 is occurred at 8 times and defect 8 is also occurred 8 times. So like this. So by joining these all points you will get a Pareto curve. So which procedure you have to follow? First you have to decide what categories you will use for grouping the items. Okay, there are so many categories of the items that is used for grouping. So you have to focus on which category you have to use. Then second, you have to decide what measurement you are going to take and which is appropriate measurement. Okay, and common measurements, nothing but frequency, quantity, cost you are going to use, time you are going to use. So these different the common measurement tools are there, after which you can plot easily the chart. Third, you have to decide what period of time Pareto chart will cover. It is a one work cycle, one full day or 1 week. So depends upon that. I have plotted this Pareto chart for a 1 week period. So within 1 week period, how many defects are occurred, and out of that which is occurred so many times, most frequency, that we have plotted by using this Pareto chart. Next, you have to collect the data and the recording the category of the data at each time. Next, you have to calculate the subtotal measurements for each category. That is how many times each category of the defect is occurred, and so how many times it is occurred. That is what frequency of the data that you have to plot over here. Next, determining the appropriate scale. You can easily plot the Pareto chart. Okay, 1:50, 1:60. Okay, depends upon that. Or 1 day represents how many defects. Suppose day 1, 1 defect, so 1 centimeter. Day 2, 1 centimeter. Day 3, like this. So depends upon that how many centimeter, how many you can say inches you are going to use for determining the frequency of defects that are arised in a particular day or particular interval. Next, construct and label the bars for each category. You have to label each bar by category of the defect. Suppose category 1, defect number 1, defect number 2, defect number 3, or by their directly name. You have to label the each bar. So Pareto chart is looking like this. I have said over here it is for most frequent defects. So those defects which are occurred most frequent, that I have plotted in this way. So defect number 8 was occurred on 8 times. So number of counts represented on y-axis, and the number of defects or the type of defect I have represented on x-axis. And I have used the bars, okay, and I have labeled that bars by using defect name, that is defect number 8. You can label that bar by directly giving the name of that defect. So this is what Pareto chart, which is used for categorizing the number of the defects. So easily you can get, see, in example number 1 we have seen, and in that we have first selected how many defects are there and how many times it is occurring. Then we have said the frequency we have calculated, and here we have calculated how many times each defect is occurring, and we have plotted down on the scale starting from the defect number 8. Okay, defect number 8 is at 8 times it is occurring. So we have to concentrate on the defect number 8, and we have to reduce its occurrence. Reduce its frequency, because it is a major defect we have identified, and by reducing its frequency, by analyzing that defect, we can use the which tool we can use. We can use the cause and effect diagram. We can use the control chart over here. So by the control chart we can get which control we have to set for this defect number 8. Suppose I am setting the count number 3 only. So if that defect is occurring later than more than number 3, so that will directly change to most frequent defect. So this sorting of the defects you have to do by using this Pareto chart. Pareto charts are basically used for identifying the major defects and those defects that are most frequent, okay, and that are plotted from left hand side to the right hand side. And there is one curve which is used to join these defects: defect number 8, defect number 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. So there is one curve plotted down from number 8 to the number 1, that is known as Pareto curve, and that the shape of that curve will represent the frequency of occurrence of that each defect. So this is about the Pareto chart. In next lecture we are going to see next quality control tool, that is scatter diagram. Till then, thank you.